Well, Wednesday, I'm not sure if we're friends anymore. That has been a tough as day. But it's okay, we'll get up and we'll go again tomorrow. But geez, you know those days that you have where you can't get out of your own way? Where you just go, why am I behaving like this? I don't want to be like this. Don't make me keep doing this. Yet you're stuck in the mechanism of all the things that you're doing and you don't seem to be able to flick the switch. I had a few people in my world today that helped flick the switch for me, so I was able to pull myself out of it. But my default thing was going to be to keep going back into this really pressured situation. Hello, lovely Carol. It's lovely. Well, hello, Carol. It's lovely to see you. My words are not working very well. My typing fingers are not working very well. And I did get a report finished today, but it's not the report I thought I was going to get finished today because I had a new report needed to be done really quickly. And I, like most health professionals, when I can see that there is a big need and a client has a big need, and all it takes for me is to spend a couple of hours writing a report, then doing a $15,000 funding proposal, then I'm just going to do that because I don't want this client to suffer anymore. So who suffers in the meantime? Me. That's what happens. That's not healthy, people. That is a symptom of bigger things going on. So I was thinking about what on earth am I going to talk about today? What value can I add to people's worlds apart from me going, I carried on like a pork chop again, because that's kind of how it feels. But I found this English proverb today, which I think sums up my day really well, which is more haste, less speed. And ever since I woke up this morning, I have been trying to go fast, because I have this really, really unhelpful mindset that I get into, which is there's not enough time. There's not enough time. There's not enough time. There's not enough time. So my movements get speedier. I try and do everything fast. Nobody can keep up with me, but I'm fairly frenetic in my energy, and it takes a lot of effort for me to calm down. I call it my escalation. I just escalate up, and I don't think I'm a very nice person to be around, in all honesty. But what I was noticing today was with the more haste, I was losing speed because I had to keep fixing things. So I was making a lot more typos than I normally would. Me, more typos than I normally would. Trying to text with my thumbs and not getting it right, or dialing phone numbers incorrectly, not putting things in the place where they're supposed to go so it takes me longer to find them. Just all of those little things that make you increasingly frustrated when you're feeling time pressured. Now, fortunately, there's people in my world that help me circumvent that. So my son, in his awesomeness, went and did a whole heap of errands for me today, which I was really grateful for. But then I had this stupid mindset that kicked in because he said, Mum, I need really clear instructions, exactly what store you want me to go to and exactly what you want me to do there. And my reaction was, oh, for God's sake, I'll just do it myself. That has got to be easier than writing you out instructions. He proved me wrong. It wasn't. The instructions didn't take me very long. They were very clear, and he got exactly what I needed, and I didn't have to gift away another 2 hours on errands today. Oh, I hate it when I get myself in these cycles. It's really unhelpful. And there's one report, and I've talked about it all week, that I'm feeling really pressured about because I do not want to go into my holiday with this thing hanging over my head. But it might have to be that way. It might have to be that I am not going to get this thing done. So my responsibility after I get off from this call is I am actually going to get in touch with the person who is waiting for the report and explain to them, communicate. That will take all the pressure off me because right now I feel like I'm letting them all down. I'm letting the person who's paid for the report down. I'm letting the person who's waiting for the report down. I'm letting my profession down, basically letting the world down because I haven't got my report finished on time because apparently in my head, I am that powerful. See how ridiculous these thoughts and mindsets are? Just wow. And yet we feel so powerless. But self-awareness is the best thing that we can have in terms of going, I don't want to be like this. What can I do to change? So fortunately for me today, I had some great coaching calls booked. So I had my the Entrepreneurial Clinician group this morning, which was fantastic. I got to do some hot seat coaching with those ladies, and we pulled apart somebody's why, and we found a brand new niche or group of people who need services, and her face lit up when we identified that she's probably the perfect person to speak to this population, and she's so excited about the homework that she has been set, because I'm Joe, I set homework. And then we got to speak into somebody's self-belief around being a boss, being a leader, and being a manager. And if you've been a health professional for any length of time, chances are you've had bosses, leaders, managers, supervisors that weren't very nice. Because you know what? There are people in the world who aren't always nice. But there are some things about being a boss or being a leader or having a authoritarian title given to you that makes people behave in really unhelpful ways. Sometimes there's personality conflict. Sometimes there's just incompetence. And I did not suffer fools wisely as an employee. That did not go down very well with my bosses. Apparently there was a period of time when I could not be told, instructed, or coached. And if my mother was still alive, she'd go, yes, from ages 2 to 29. Anywho. But it was really interesting to hear the words and the labels that were coming up for this lady in terms of not wanting to be a boss that was power hungry, not wanting to be a boss that was autocratic, not wanting to be a boss that was people pleasing. So she had all these preconceived ideas and limitations in her own head that was actually stopping her business from growing. She knows she needs to be a better leader. She wants to improve the leadership in her organization. And what I was able to do with her today is help her see that she's actually a servant leader, which most of us are. It is the best model for leadership I have ever found. But she serves her people so incredibly well. But she doesn't serve herself well because she keeps talking to herself in ways that are so painful and unhealthy and unnecessary. So I get the privilege of working with her on how we're going to reframe and retrain her brain so that when she thinks of the word boss and leader, she's not thinking of some hard-ass, horrible person she doesn't want to become. She thinks of a kind, tender-hearted, certain businesswoman that people want to work for. Because you know what? As a boss and a leader in our businesses, we all get to create how we want to do that role. Or even if you're a solopreneur, you get to create the leadership that you want in your business, and that will start and end with you. And the rest of us, if we've got people we are leading, managing, bringing along with us, if we rely on other people, then we need to build our leadership capacity and leadership skills. Which also means making sure that people keep up with us, because it's all well and good to be so far out ahead, but we actually need the people up with us. Anyway, I didn't realize I was going to talk into leadership today. I was going to talk into something completely different, but we might just leave it there, because I do have some news, and that is, if you saw my post yesterday about people in my world, well, one particular person in my world yesterday who told me they don't like Lindt chocolate, and I found that so hard to believe. Because who does not like Lindt chocolate? Well, apparently, after posting that on social media yesterday, lots of people don't like Lindt chocolate. I'm really, really sad that there are people in this world missing out on Lindt chocolate. But I discovered something fantastically new today, the green ones. The green one. I don't know if I've had these before. Two of my favorite things in the entire world, chocolate and coconut. Not Bounties. Ugh. Chocolate and coconut. And that's what this, I was expecting it to be mint. So imagine my absolute delightful surprise when I bit into it and it was coconut goodness everywhere. Very, very happy about that. But my gorgeous bookkeeper brought in a packet of Lindt chocolates today to say Merry Christmas. And I thought she must have seen my social media post, but she had no clue. And then I found these delights in them. So how awesome is that? That is very cool. All right, I have something I need to do after this video today, and that is go and talk to these people about the fact that I might not get the report to them this week, and that's making me sad, but I know that that's actually going to take pressure out of me and stop interrupting my sleep, because I woke up very early this morning at stupid o'clock worrying about a report. And you know what? If I'm waking up at stupid o'clock worrying about a report, I'm getting resentful about the report, I'm fatigued and won't want to do the report won't get done. So for those of you who do the same thing about keeping your notes up to date, learn from Joe. Just put things into place to get it done. There's really no two ways about it. All right, wishing you a fabulous morning, afternoon, evening, and I look forward to checking in with you tomorrow.